Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make an adjustable satin bonnet without using any elastic band. Here is the fabric that I will be using for the bonnet, which is already cut in square shape, and it's measured by 23 inches by 23 inches. So what I'm going to do is to fold this into half, and then I will fold it again into another half. So after folding it into another half again, I'm going to start my measurement from the folded side. So I'll be measuring 11 inches all through to the end to get a curvy, like a circle shape. Then after measuring the 11 inches all through, I will cut it out. Then this is what I have. We have our circle fabric. So I'll be using this fabric here to cut another material because we'll be needing two fabrics for this satin bonnet. So now I'll be cutting the satin plain material for the lining. So I'm going to place this fabric right on top of the satin and use it to drape out the plain fabric. So after cutting that, I will place the fabric on top of each other with the right side facing each other. Then I'll pin them down together. And once we are done with that, I will now fold it into half. So after folding it into half, right here at the bottom part, I will just cut a very small curve. So after doing that, this is what it looks like. So the next thing to do is to pin down at the bottom side and then run a straight stitch around the curve. So here is the result. So what I'm going to do right now is to give it a quick notch so it can be easy to iron out. After giving it a quick notch, I will have to turn it inside out to give it a good pressing. Once I was done doing that, I will set it aside and work on the straps. So I have a long strip of fabric for the tie, which is 6 inches by 64 inches. So it's 6 inches width and 64 inches long. You can make yours to be longer than 64 because if you like it longer. I like mine to be a little bit short, so I make mine to be 64. You can always increase your own. So after that, I will have to fold half an inch on each side. And once we are done doing that, we would have to fold it again like this and iron it out. And the next thing to do is to get the bottom and give it a shape right here, and we repeat the same thing on the other hand. The next thing to do is to determine the midpoint of the piece of fabric and then place a little notch or a mark, and from that midpoint I will have to determine the edge circumferences of my head. Mine is 21 inches, so from that midpoint right there I will mark 11 inches on both sides. 11 inches at this end and 11 inches at the other end. The mark on it. And then after doing that, we open up the long part of this fabric and make sure the right sides are facing each other. So I'm just going to open it down and run a straight stitch. I'm going to run a straight stitch from there to where it ends, and I will repeat the same process on the other side. The middle part is open, so I'm going to turn this to the right side and repeat the same thing for the other hand. Once I was done doing that, I will have to iron it out. So now what I'm going to do is to mark out the midpoint of the open part, and now we'll go back to the bonnet itself. So what I'm going to do is to run a loose stitch round the fabric. After running the loose stitch around the fabric, I will have to gather that up. The gathering will be based on your head circumference. And after getting the right measurement, I will show you how it looks like after. So I did that off camera and this is the result. So what I'm going to do is to check if I have 21 inches. Okay, so we have the right measurements. So the next thing to do is to take the straps and place the middle of the bonnet and the straps together and tuck it in like this. So the other half an inch allowance we took on the both sides are going to be useful now. So I will have to tuck it in and make sure both front and the back are properly tucked in. And then pin it down and go run a top stitch on it round the bonnet. And that's our adjustable hair bonnet.